This is Rudkowski of WeAreChange.org. I'm here with Jeff Berwick of the Dollar Vigilante. Now, Jeff, you've been on top of the curve, economically speaking, all the way to the 90s when you knew things that were happening and you were able to actually be a successful businessman because of that. Now, what the is happening with the U.S. economy?
Oh, God. Well, first of all, in the 90s, I didn't really know what was going on. So I went through a whole process. I went through the tech bubble. I started a company. It was worth $250 million. And then a few days later, it was almost worthless. And I said, what happened? And I actually talked to like MBAs and brokers, and they all said, that just happens sometimes. And I said, that's not a very good answer. You went to like 8 years of economics school and that's your answer. Yeah. So I really started looking into it after that. So it was really after about 2000 that I started looking into things for myself and really realizing what's going on. And I think it really started with The Creature from Jekyll Island, the book by G. Edward Griffin, woke me up to what the Federal Reserve was. And then I just kept looking into it, and people like yourself woke me up on other things, like 9/11, what was going on. Sort of bike gang here in New York.
That's why you gotta love New York.
Love it and hate it, right?
It's a little piece of Mexico to hear for you.
Oh, I wish we were in Mexico, but yeah, so that's what I've just been questioning everything for more than a decade now, and I've been writing about it now for quite a long time, and trying to wake people up to what's going on, because what you see on CNBC, what you see on CNN is not the whole truth.
Yeah. So where do you think the U.S. economy is heading? Where's it going? You've been, on the top and on the bottom of the U.S. economy, of the tech bubble. Where do you see things going? Where do you project them to?
I have very bad news for people. It's not going to get better. There's no green shoots. There's no recovery. There's too much debt now. The government now has $17 trillion worth of debt, which is, if the interest rates rose to 10%, that would be $1.7 trillion worth of interest payments alone, and that's almost the entire tax base of the U.S. So this system's over. All they're doing is printing money, QE to infinity. That's all they can do. That's really the only option. The other option is just to shut down the government. They won't do that, of course. So they're going to keep printing money. It's going to turn into more inflation. The economy is going to get worse and worse. And I really advise people to get out of the U.S. And we were just down in Chile. There's so many other places that have much more potential, much less debt, much less oppression. And just like the founding fathers of the U.S., they left England to come here. I think people should leave here now and go somewhere else.
Another issue that I really wanted to talk to you about is Bitcoin. I mean, you're out here, you were just on Bloomberg and Fox News just talking about Bitcoin. What are your predictions for Bitcoin? Should I buy? Like right now in this market, it's at its highest, it's $500. Should we buy? Should we leave it? What should we do, and where do you see it going?
Yeah, it's hard because when I first found out about Bitcoin, it was at $3 in 2011. So to tell people to buy at $500 is difficult. However, Bitcoin is incredibly catching on right now. And if it catches on, if it becomes a real currency, which it's appearing like it's going to do, it will go into the thousands, tens of thousands, and possibly even like $1 million of Bitcoin, because it's all supply and demand. And if people want Bitcoin, they want to use it in transactions, that's demand. And so it's very interesting. It also could go to zero. So it's very speculative still. But if you want to take a risk, I would wait until the media and the government are always going to be attacking it. I'd wait till the next time they attack it, and it'll probably go down $100 to $200. If you want to speculate at that point, go ahead. But what I really tell people is just start using them, because once you start to use this currency, you realize how amazing it is and how bad these fiat currencies are. And when the dollar collapses, and it's going to collapse, the US dollar will collapse in the next 5 to 10 years or sooner, you'll already be onto a new currency and you won't be as hurt.
We see a lot of the mainstream media pundits saying Bitcoins are bad. We see the government saying don't do it, don't do it. Yeah. And a lot of alternative people are doing it. I have some Bitcoins. I'm very happy I have a little bit. I'm definitely keeping on to them as much as I can. But what's really fascinating right now, you're a part of Gold Coast Chile, and I met people down there that bought land in Chile with Bitcoins down there. So Gold Coast is a really interesting idea. For the people who don't know what it is, can you tell us how it got started and what exactly is it?
Sure. If you've read the book Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, the whole book was about how the government got out of control, very oppressive, very socialist, and they just took all the wealth of the producers. And the producers at one point just went on strike, and they went to a place at the time, and the book was written in the 50s, I believe, in Colorado, and they just went on strike and they stopped producing. So we are seeing the world turning that way again, and Ayn Rand, a lot of their predictions have come true, and the US government now is very oppressive. And what we've looked at is we've said there's a lot of people who want to get out of the U.S. It was just announced this week that there's more Americans renouncing their citizenship this year than any other time in history. And a lot of people are just leaving. They're shrugging out of this Western, very horrible economy. It's a very fascist, socialist economy, and so we're inviting people to come down to Chile. We're creating a place, sort of the way that Ayn Rand envisioned it. We're trying to invite people who believe more in liberty and freedom, and just create a new life for yourself.
Well, at some point, you just simply can't keep issuing paper money to pay your bills and keep leveraging things higher and higher.
Recent economic crisis, well, really because of the banksters looting the economy for their own personal benefit and creating a crisis, the government here in Northern Ireland has decided to spend over £2 million on this bullshit.